Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Banlist Discussion. Coming here with a Banlist Discussion video, holding my camera in my car, just chilling, waiting on my levels to start up. Let's talk about the ban list real quick. I'm going to be quick to get through the cards, and then I'm going to get into a discussion about the cards, because I feel like Bandai is really kind of missing the point of a ban list. But let's just get into it. We got Bojack banned. I think that this is okay, like it's an expected card that we expect to get hit. Maybe put it to 1, but nope, banned. Then we got 2 erratas. Zamasu the Eliminator can now only hit battle cards. And then Galactic Buster is adjusted to Bojack Brigade only leaders. So let's just start at the bottom and work our way up. So I think that the Galactic Buster hit is amazing, because blue, just being able to splash the Bojack, the bottom decks, the bigger Bojack and whatnot, and cheat that out with energy, drawing a card, doing all this other stuff. It was really stupid. Needed to go. Thought the interaction was dumb. Glad that it's locked to a in-house archetype, which I think is cool, because maybe it'll lift that leader up a little bit. And powerful cards that revolve around specific archetype cards like that should be leader locked, so I'm happy about that. Not much to say about that. Rip to blue players that like playing that generic package. Next, moving on is Masu. And I think that this is more fair to talk about. It's going to be a little bit more fair to talk about in the light that this is an example of a bad hit. Okay? So, first off, you're reprinting this card. And you're not only going to reprint the card, but it's going to be more accessible to players. It's locked to blue-yellow, which is rare in-house archetype. Blue and yellow primarily play it. It's a buff to them. And red's incredibly strong. Black's incredibly strong. Green's okay, but if you count Cell Surge, it's pretty strong. So, taking away blue and blue, yellow and yellow's ability to interact with unisons is really stupid. It's actually super stupid that they took this card away. Number one, it's not okay that we don't have anything that interacts with unisons. Unisons are stupid in this game, okay? And saying, well, it was pushing the game to a mid-range gameplay and we don't like that. No. Everyone complaining about this card doesn't understand that this was something the game needed, okay? Soul Striker's Awaken condition is stupid, right? I'm gonna put this into perspective for people who, like, don't get it in terms of, like, raw advantage. Soul Striker's Awaken turn is untap 2 energy, draw 3 cards, okay? That is absolutely stupid. It's absolutely stupid. You should not in any way, shape, or form think that that is okay. That leader also stands the unison. So if there's a blocker involved, it's going to stand. And to make it worse, now there's nothing stopping generic leaders like Soul Striker and so on that are blue from just untapping all their energy and doing whatever the heck they want to the meta, which is really dumb. I think people need to get over good cards being in good decks and complaining about them. Like, Zamasu's hit could not have been stupider. Like, it just couldn't been. Because, like, there are lots of unisons that deserve to be checked at 4. Gohang's SCR deserves to be checked at 4. Just deserves to be checked at 4. Right? Jiren deserves to be checked at 3. Piccolo unison deserves to be checked at 2. And here's the thing. Soul Striker is only one example of multiple leaders that we now have that just allow for leaders to awaken and get a bunch of aggression off for free. For example, Vegeta now gets to play its unison on 2, untap 2, take down to 5 life and awaken, swing and draw a card. So if you're at 7 life, so if you go first, you attack him for 1, he has 2 life, that's a 3, that's untap 2, draw 3 on their second turn technically. Self-Awakener, getting them closer to that 4 life, and they get to start spamming out a bunch of red cards. Got the same thing going on with Gohan, And now any other leader they print this way. And Zamasu was the only answer in the game from not allowing leaders to just uncontrollably awaken while you're playing a fair leader with a fair awaken conditions. Because now what's the point of playing any other leader? Right? Like if you played any other blue-yellow archetype or anything that was blue that was slow, but you had Zamasu, you might have been able to do something. Now you can throw that idea out the window, it doesn't matter. Like Bandai, if you listen to this video, or anyone watching, stop taking good cards away that are not completely warping the format. I disagree with anyone that even remotely thinks that it was. It's not. You know what? Here's the worst part. Red, which is the primary color that was locked out of this besides Soul Striker, right? Red had good answers to Zamasu. Crown of Retribution, you're going to return that to my hand when I paid 1 energy for it. I'm going to look at your hand now and take a card from it. Okay, now it's not being used for unisons. It's not being used for bigger play cards later down the line. Like, right? So, there's also counters to it. Right? It's not as if it is, there's counter. Like, red, yellow has one. Yellow has one. They probably need to print more of that. Honestly, more counter in the game. Just to, like, stop games from, like, going way too hard in the paint. And then, to make it worse, you just gutted the best yellow deck in the game again for no reason. None whatsoever. You took out Bojack and Bandit, and then you took the best blue-yellow piece the blue-yellow has and threw it out the window. And the thing is after Zamasu is played, it doesn't do anything. It is a 10k combo and a 5k stick, like beat stick, unless it's used in a Zamasu deck to fuse up into a bigger Zamasu. Dumb. Like, absolutely dumb. This hit was stupid. It was not warranted or needed. Honestly, nothing on this list really needed to be done. But I think that this was an atrocious hit. I think that this is, again, a second emergency / ban list in a row that they have just overextended. They have overextended with Dark Brawly, they overextended with King Vegeta, and now they've overextended against Zamasu. Like, stop listening to the players. The players are gonna whine. They are going to complain. Why? Because they're not playing the best deck or their favorite deck, and it's not winning, and it probably shouldn't. And here's the thing. Most of the decks that you think that you're saving by hitting this card, you're not. Soul Striker was a great deck even with this hit with both of them. It's still going to be great. There's going to be variants of Soul Striker now that just go off uninhibited. They get to awaken, untap 2 energy every turn, and extend their plays uncontrollably. It's really stupid. And I'll get to Bojack in a second because the community's thinking behind Bojack is really stupid. It's a powerful card, but it's stupid. Right? So here's the thing. Zamasu was necessary. Effects that touch unisons are necessary. They just are. If you don't believe that, then now watch how every person's unison either overtakes the game and blows them, like, starts blowing you out of the water, or, you know, like, dumb unisons that normally wouldn't be high impactful now become incredibly high impactful. That's just the way the game is going to go now. Now, let's talk about Bojack. This hit to Aegis was good and bad. Bojack was dumb because he had barrier. Fair enough. But his Aegis effect is not the problem. Okay, I'm going to repeat what I just said. His Aegis effect is not the problem. Senzu Beam is the problem and has continued to be a problem for blue or blue-yellow in any stretch of the words. It's even a problem in blue-red. Okay? Cooler Mill gets to abuse Senzu Bean to literally no end. And the reason is the reason why Bojack's effect is not inherently problematic is because it is entirely defensive. Now, some people might say that offers too much defense in combination with cards like Power of a Super Saiyan. Okay, But Senzu Bean lets like 4 Final Flashes and 3 Super Combos later be like 125,000 kill swing because Bean's Bean. See the problem here? When you can use effects like that offensively, it's problematic. So same thing with like Soul Striker. Like if Soul Striker swung untapped 2 and then Bean, and then Kamehameha, Champa, all this other stuff, that's when it gets dumb. You're hearing it first. That's when it gets dumb. It wasn't dumb when Blue Yellow Icarus dumped like 125,000 on a Bojack. Right? Because the Bojack's not doing anything on your turn. But when you go ahead and do it, like look, there was a set 1 Frieza deck that topped that didn't play blue yellow. Why? Because he got to untap 2 energy on his turn. And draw a card. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, the community's thinking on what makes a card good and bad, or degenerate or not. I'll tell you what is a card that is deserving to be hit. Fighting Against Fate deserves to be hit. Thwarting the Dark Empire, SS3 Gogeta, deserves to be hit. Freaking, shoot, what's his face? Piccolo New Ruler needs to be banned. Heartfelt Plea needs to be banned. It's like, oh, well, we're not seeing some of these cards. Well, Fighting Against Fate is like thrown in like every deck. I don't know where you're not seeing that. Secondly, 100%. Like, Champa. Champa with like any combination of like Fighting Against Fate, anything, super stupid. You got Piccolo New Ruler, which is basically a free overround 20k double strike. It just leaves. That's stupid. Then you got Heartfelt Plea in the right deck. Still dumb. Still dumb. I don't know why people insist, like absolutely insist on trying to say that blue-yellow needed to be touched. Like the Bojack was the Bojack Galactic Buster card. That was the cleanest hit I've seen in a long time. It needed to be done. It just really needed to be done. But everything else, not okay. It really wasn't okay. So, that's our thoughts on the ban list. I think that, honestly, like, Bandai just listens too much to the people. Does. We've had, like, 2 weekends of tournaments. 3. And apparently, we need these cards banned. If it was that bad 2 weekends ago, like, you know, if it was that bad now, you could have hit it when you banned Mech Frieza. So, like, I don't know. Zamasu the Eliminator just only became good after Mech Frieza got banned. So it's like, whatever. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the ban list. Cards they missed, cards you think should have been on it, whether these sets were dumb or not. But, it is what it is. See you guys next time. Alex from TCG, signing off. Laters!